What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea and welcome back to your player ratings today. It's 4 wins out of 4. We've just beaten Bournemouth. I'm here with Jack. Jack, what are your thoughts on the game?
Positives. That's all I can say. Positives to take out of that.
Positives. Let's go straight into player ratings. Starting goal, Kepa Arrizabalaga, which I really hope I pronounced right. What do you think of his performance today?
I mean, I didn't think he had too much to do today.
Didn't have too much to do. I do feel like his distribution could have improved, but other than that, not much.
Yeah, no, I made a point out in my fan cam as well. There was a couple of times where he kicked the ball out, and well, when he was obviously aiming for a player. But I mean, all in all, he weren't too bad. He kept a clean sheet at the end of the day, and that's what you want as a keeper, so I'd give him a 6.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6 too. I'll agree with you on that. Moving on to the back four, Azpilicueta. Now, defensively, he was as good as he always is. But I thought going forward, his crossing really could have done with some improvement today. They just weren't good enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, first half, definitely. I mean, second half, he didn't put in as many balls, and he wasn't as influential at the top of the pitch. But, yeah, no, I mean, it's one of those games. I'm not too fussed. I'd also give him a 6 because I think he did his job.
I think for his defensive qualities, I'll give him a 6. Moving on to David Luiz. Now, I thought in terms of individually, there was still a couple errors. There was still a couple errors being shown. I thought he was passing, could have improved. I thought defensively at some points he was great. Defensively at some points he could have improved. It's a case of he still needs to get there. And there's still those individual errors that are ruining his game, in my opinion.
Look, for me, it was better than last week, and I don't know. I wouldn't be so critical of him today, to be honest. I didn't think he was too bad.
At times. That's what I'm saying. In phases he was great. In phases he could have improved.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll partially agree, but I don't think he was. I think you could say that for most players. There were bits of your game which need to be improved. But again, I'm not too fussed. I give him a 6 as well.
All right, come on, we'll go over 6. Moving on to Antonio Rudiger. Now, I feel like, me personally, I want to say it's another case of him the same as David Luiz. I thought he was a bit better off, but I still feel like at times you could see little errors that needed to be improved on.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I could say exactly the same thing I said about David Luiz again. And having said that, I'd also give him a 6, to be honest with you. So, I mean, even well, actually, no, we'll come on to Alonso in a bit. But also, again, I'd give him a 6.
All right, Carl, I'd agree with you on that. I'd be more willing to give you that. Moving on to left back, Marcos Alonso. Now, I thought Alonso really improved defensively today. You could see, as a defence, the system we started to know how to use Alonso in the right way, because when Alonso will go forward, the other three will sit back and provide cover. I thought in the final third, Alonso was very good, and he always offered an outlet that we could try and get a shot or a cross in. I thought Alonso was one of the top performers today.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And it wasn't just defensive for me. I think his attacking play was good as well. I mean, he forced he forced a good save off Begovic in the second half. But in fairness, I mean, there's been shit given to him by a few of us in the past few games. But at the end of the day, he has been kind of consistently good up front. His defending is getting better as well now. So, I mean, bear in mind he was one of the best performers today. I'd be willing to give him
8?
8, yeah. I probably would have
We'll both go with an 8. All right, calm. Moving into the midfield now, Jorginho. I'll say the same thing I'll say about Alonso. He always showed himself as an option. He always found space. He always created himself as an outlet for the ball to come into, and then he just hit a simple, perfect pass forward. Even at some points, he was hitting a good key pass. I thought Jorginho was, again, one of the players who played well today.
To be honest with you, I don't think he played badly, but I'd say he wasn't on the ball today as much as he's been in previous games. Yes, if that's me looking at it.
I think that might be Bournemouth targeting him, though.
Well, potentially. I mean, if you target, per se, or if you break down Jorginho, then our system doesn't work as well. But, you know, I don't think he was bad. I just don't think he was there as much.
You don't think he had as much influence?
No, not today. And he had a few shots, but, I mean, they were put shots and they weren't great. So
Jorginho's never been known as a finisher, though.
Exactly. Well, we've had a chat about it before. We're craving for that midfielder again who can shoot from range. But, yeah, I mean, I'd give him a 6.
I'd want to give him a 7, but I'll go with you for this one.
If you want to give him a 7,
No.
I'll go to a 7. I'll go to a 7.
Okay, all right, cool, perfect. We'll go with 7, Jorginho. Let's go into N'Golo Kante. And honestly, some of the last-ditch tackles that he was doing just showed how good of a player he is today. Always coming out at just the right time, getting rid of any Bournemouth attack that they were trying to create, then instantly being the first man forward to start the attack.
All I want to say to Kante is he's got a job and he does it so well.
Exactly.
7.
7. Perfect. We'll move on. Who was the last midfielder? Kovacic. Now, for Kovacic had a slow start to the game, got dispossessed a couple of times, but he started to grow into the game more. He started to take on players more, and especially in the second half, I thought he started to get a lot more influence on the game.
Yeah, I mean, he did come off, and probably rightly so.
Yeah.
Because I'd say he was potentially the worst free, worst out of 3. So he still wasn't bad again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a 5 is a bit harsh, to be honest with you. I don't know what you'd say. If you're thinking, look, I'm trying to weigh it up in my head.
I'd say 6. I'd say 6, because I feel the second half he did put himself about a lot more. He was starting to open up a lot more space for himself and for his teammates as well.
Yeah, all right,
I think 6 is fair.
We'll give him a 6 as well, yeah.
All right, calm. Let's go to the right winger, Willian. Now, Willian I thought was very indecisive today. Hogged the ball for too long. Seemed to get into stage fright, just like the start of last season when he got to the final third. Stage fright, holds on to the ball for too much, and it allows the Bournemouth players to come back in. I thought it was a poor game from Willian.
Yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't there today. We know he was probably one of the best performers last season, but today, if we're basing it on today, which, well, we got to, haven't we?
Yeah.
But today, 5, maybe even 4. But I think 4 is probably a little low. Bear in mind.
For the fact he came off for Pedro, and Pedro, in my opinion, showed him up, I'd give him a 4.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right. Moving on to Eden Hazard. Now, second half, brilliant. First half, I thought it was a team thing in the case of we weren't breaking down Bournemouth quickly enough. And I thought Hazard was trying to, but I felt like the other players were just too slow.
I mean, for me with Hazard, I think he's one of those players which he's one of the few players who gets on the ball the most.
Yeah.
And bear in mind the fact he's on the ball so many times in the game, you're going to see him do some amazing things. You're going to see him do some things which ain't so good. So I'd give him a... Well, no. I definitely wouldn't give him a 6 today. I'd definitely give him a 7. Bear in mind he got a goal and it was a very, very good finish. And do you know what? In fact, yeah, no, I'd even stretch to an 8 because it was the goal that sealed the game. If I'm honest with you.
And the second half, simply because of the threat he was in the second half.
I would go to an 8 for him.
All right, calm. We'll go for an 8 for Eden Hazard. Now, moving on to the striker, Alvaro Morata. Now, I felt he was isolated. He wasn't receiving the ball a lot. But I felt like in terms of finding himself some space, in terms of reactions, how quickly you are to find that space, I thought his reactions were poor.
Look, you say, if we just flip it back to Willian, you see Pedro came on for him and he showed him up. Well, Giroud came on for Morata and he showed him up. So, and we gave a Willian a 4 for that.
Yeah.
But I don't think Morata was as bad as Willian.
I felt like he just wasn't as involved.
Yeah, I'd say...
To an extent, how much of that is the team's fault and how much of that is his fault?
Well, my personal opinion today was that most of the balls coming into the box were in the near post. And there was quite a fair few, right? And I think if you're... For me, Morata's just got to clock onto that, and I think he had to be in those positions more. I give him a 5 today.
I feel like, because one of the things I did start to notice is when we had Giroud, we started to play the ball to his feet more. With Morata, we were trying to hit overhand balls into him. So I feel like it's a case of it's more the team, because Morata was looking for those balls so he could make a runs in behind.
So what would you say then?
I'd say, and this might be me being very lenient to Morata, but I'd be saying 5.
I would have said 5, to be honest.
All right, calm. Let's go over 5. I'm glad we agree on that. Moving on to the subs bench. Now, the first one to come on, I think, was Giroud. And like we said, we did show up Alvaro Morata when he was on the pitch. Yeah. Did a lot with the ball, created a lot of chance for himself, and the team was finding himself in great positions. I personally would give him a, for the time he was on the pitch, 7.
Yeah, definitely.
7, all right.
He's influential, isn't he?
Exactly. For Pedro, got the first goal. So much energy on the right-hand side that we needed. I'd even go higher than that because he got the goal as well, 8.
I'd go to an 8, yeah.
8, all right. And who was the last? Loftus-Cheek. Now, Loftus-Cheek, he did the right thing every time he had the ball. He was trying to take on play.
I genuinely can't fault him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he came on, and in my opinion, he took the opportunity. He didn't have as much time as he would have. I felt like if he was on the pitch for maybe 5-10 more minutes, he would have had a couple more shots to his name. But he did everything right today. You can't really complain.
Exactly. You just put it perfectly. For the fact they didn't get a goal, I'd give him a 7.
7. Yeah, you know what? I'll give it to that. Hopefully, it does show they will get hopefully some more game time in the cup games. But guys, this is your player ratings for Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 0. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the ratings we've given. Don't forget to like and subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All social media links will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Carefree Lewis G as well. Like and follow Jack on all of his socials.
We'll find a way.
And we'll see you guys after the international break. Up the Chelsea.
Also, guys, do not forget our new show. We started it last Tuesday as well. Make sure you leave us some comments on it for this week.
Leave a good comment and you might be our sad bastard of the week.
Exactly. We're looking forward to it.
Exactly. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you after the international break. Up the Chelsea.